Hello, I'm Ross, and today I'm going to show you how you can write types in JavaScript files using JSDoc comments and the new @import tag that was added in TypeScript recently that makes it easier to import and reuse your types in JavaScript files. If you're not familiar with this method of using TypeScript, you can actually use it within JavaScript files instead of TypeScript files and use it within JSDoc comments. So there's a little bit of setup that you have to do to configure this correctly within your tsconfig.json or your jsconfig.json. You need two options. The first one is allow JavaScript, and you'll set that to true. And then if you want to check JavaScript, and this is false by default, you'll need to change this to true, and that will ensure that your JavaScript gets checked. So now, for example, say we have a number and we want to reassign that to a string. You can see we're getting a TypeScript error saying that type string is not assignable to type number. So we're checking types within a JavaScript file. There are a lot of ways you can use TypeScript just by inferring the types, but one common way that you'll need to utilize these types as comments is within functions to type their arguments. So for example, if you have a function that adds two numbers, you can create types for that function with a JSDoc comment. So right now you can see, well, we don't have any types for A or B, and obviously we can't just add in a number there since this isn't a TypeScript file, so we're going to add in a JSDoc comment. So if you type /** and then hit enter, your editor will automatically pre-populate parameters for you, and you can add in some types. So I'll add in A is going to be number, and we'll say the first number, and then B is also going to be a number, and this will be the second number, and it'll return the sum. And now we have our fully typed function. So if we're going to call add, if you pass in a string, you can see that we're going to not be able to pass that in. Argument of type string is not assignable to type number. So let's go ahead and do this correctly. And we get our nice type safety there. Also, whenever you're typing your function, you can get your JSDoc comment below. You can see that we have our comment here, so it's a nice way to do inline documentation as well. You can see when I open that parentheses, the first number comes up. We have our first number comment, and then it will move to the second number comment as well. So it's a really nice way to document all of your functions correctly. And you can use this in TypeScript files too. The main thing I wanted to cover today was the @import tag, and this is new as of TypeScript 5.5. They added support with this @import tag. So you used to have to import your types like this, similar to like a dynamic import, and this was kind of hard for me to remember and harder for me to understand. You can't reuse these as easily, so they added kind of an ESM style import tag, and you can basically write an import statement like you would import from another module, and just add this @ sign and do it within a comment, and then you can use that type anywhere with the @type. So let's make a TypeScript file where we can write our types, and we'll just make a number type as an alias to show what this looks like. And so we'll do @import my number from types, and then we can replace this with my number, and you can see that we've got type equals my number, and it still works as it did before. And we could reuse this type as many times throughout our file as we want without having to do this @import dot syntax like we had to before. So this is useful if you have like a config that has to be in JavaScript, or if you're using a runtime that doesn't support TypeScript. But if you're publishing a library to NPM, it might seem easier to do this initially, but unfortunately TypeScript will not pick up the types from your JSDoc comments. So if you're just publishing this file as your NPM package directly, TypeScript will not read your types within these comments. It relies on d.ts files instead. So you'll still need to run some sort of generation step to publish those d.ts files alongside your JavaScript. Since either option requires some kind of build step, I think it's easier just to write TypeScript and you get a little nicer syntax, but there are some cases where you might want to use JavaScript instead of TypeScript. So this is a nice feature that allows you to do that and still get a lot of the nice features of TypeScript, linting your code, and you can also generate the d.ts files from your JSDoc comments as well. So pretty interesting. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this video. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, or give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.